what is hip hop? You know, is it this thing that people are calling hip hop today that's popular? I wouldn't call that hip hop. But a lot of people are claiming that as hip hop. And part of my understanding of what hip hop is came from my time with Zulu Nation, and that is peace, unity, love, and having fun via the arts of DJing, breaking, b-boy, graffiti writing, and MCing. So if someone is in this culture and is not following those principles, because to me those principles are universal, it's timeless. That's why we started classic hip hop. It's not about old school hip hop versus new school hip hop. It's about what's classic. You can have things that come out today and they're an instant classic, right? So that means that it's universal, it's timeless. So if someone is in the house and is acting against those principles, they're an uninvited guest, regardless of who they are. So I understand where you're coming from, Box One, Brother Box, because you know there are people who claim things all the time, but they're really not true to it, right? Now the origin of course, no one can deny hip hop originates with black people and black culture. Then the question becomes, well, what is black? I would submit that black is not a color. That black is the essence out of which all the colors come from, right? So of course, what people look at as black people, we're from that essence. But so are people who don't necessarily look dark. They're from the essence too. But there's a spirit attached to it that comes from the essence, and then everything flows from there. Everything comes out of the darkness into the light. So anybody who's in the house has to acknowledge the origin of the house and how the house was built. You know, so that would be my take on it. I would say black is not, the whole black Latino thing to me is almost like a diversion or a distraction, because you know I'm from one thing I forgot to mention, I'm in the Nation of Islam as well. I joined the Nation of Islam in '94, and according to our teaching, we're like this: those who came or were brought here, first of all, the people who were already here that were slaughtered are our indigenous people, right? Those who were brought here as slaves, of course, that's black people in America. But the people who were brought here and speak Spanish, they're not Spaniards.